Hello, this is Dreams with Jam. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be taking a full tour over an Eternity Isle. If you do like this video, please drop a like at the end of the video. I would really appreciate that. Also, be sure if you haven't already, join us on Discord. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so and hit the bell to get notified of new content. Okay, so like I said, we're taking a full tour in Eternity Isle. It is fully decorated now. I have updated it based on the new premium shop items, which is the Agrabah walls and fountain. So you'll see that in this build. Here we are at the docks and the ancient landing. Here is my player house. I've used the Mulan walls around it, kind of creating this little courtyard using some water rugs. Just makes me happy when I have to go in my house. I like having a decorated area for my player house. This is the ancient path underneath. And here's that water feature on either side. You'll see the same thing on the left as well. Over here on the other side of the wall is this, I don't know, what do you call it? The oasis, which villagers like to stand and stare at, which I can't say I blame them, although why they're stressed, they do no work around here. Okay, so heading off to this side, we're going to head to the back side of the courtyard here and onto the other little island. You can see behind the waterfall there, I've used the tangle lanterns. You can decorate behind that waterfall, so at night they glow really pretty behind the water. Here's that new big fountain. I decorated inside the water with just some of the Tiana flowers, the pink glowing flowers, and some swans. And we have a little beachy resort over here using the beach house and the cafe. And just using some of the towels, umbrellas, surfboards, you know, things you would decorate outside of a little beachy area. And some spa tables to lay out in the sun with a lot of sunscreen. Okay, here's the tropical wood path down to create this little moment in front of the cafe and some tables to the side. Okay, so let's head up to the next level. You can see up against the fence, I've used the hedges and the dark brown fence to create this layering effect on the backside, just to give it some color and a little life against the just cream walls. And that little water feature there is from the Timon and Pumbaa quest. You get that like little, I don't even know what you would call it. Okay, and then up here is Remy's courtyard. I've dedicated this completely to Remy and his restaurant. I've angled most of the chairs here so villagers can sit, and they do quite often. I'll see villagers up here sitting and hanging out. And strawberry bushes up against the walls. And then moving into this section of Ancient Landing, you'll see I used the castle walls to create almost this fortress look. It was not my idea. I did see it on, I believe it was either Reddit or Instagram, or one of the many, many videos I've watched. I'm not quite sure who originated it, but I love the castle walls here. And you can make your own configuration, use these. There's so many different pieces to the castle walls that we got that really you can do a little bit of anything. It's really neat. Here's a little thing, little kind of hidden area for Goofy. And then I did this almost like the castle walls crumbled around this little living room that's still standing with the books. And then I created this kind of teeny little divot out of the walls because of the mining node. So I decorated it using that little statue and a couple chests. Okay, and then heading up a level, we'll see. I left this as natural as possible. I wanted it to kind of look like the nature has taken back over. This part of the castle has crumbled, and we have just a big giant ancient tree in the center, growing grass, bushes, some mushrooms, just all the flowers. Looks really pretty here in the evening. And I'm leaving memory. Once in a while, you're going to see a memory just because I'm leaving them for Star Path duties coming up. Okay, so we're going to head over to the courtyard. Aladdin, hello. Scar, always laying right in the center of things. Just like any other cat would. He's laying in a sunbeam, taking up space. Okay. I wish we could decorate inside of here. It'd be kind of cool to put a couple benches or some, you know, like the firelights. It'd be really neat in here. Although I like those blue lights. I wish we had more of those instead of just the pillars. It'd be really cool to decorate with just some orbs. Okay, so this is the beginning of the train station. And this train station will continue through all of the Tangle. You can see I've used a bunch of crates, make it look like it's really, you know, like a loading zone. I used the lights from the night show Star Path as kind of signal lights. So you'll see those in different areas of this train build. I doubled up on the tracks to make it look like you can switch, you know, trains, etc. Then here's the main station itself, the clock tower and the Ratatouille arch. And I used the kind of gas-looking lanterns in this particular section. And then we'll head over the bridge. Let's head to the desert first, just because I'm excited about it. These new Agrabah walls are just so cool. I love them. And those turrets with the gold tops. It's so cool. I like how they decorated the actual wall itself, unlike the Mulan walls, which are just that plain cream color. We have almost like this stone layer at the bottom and like little pieces poking out of the plaster. Okay, so this area of the desert is my market. We can see the new Star Path house there. And every entrance has its kind of own look to it. You can see the different stalls that I've used here. The new fountain in the center with some seating. And every booth is a different kind of vendor. So you can see rugs. Here's some antiques and odds and ends. We have a little spice market. You can grab a sack and fill up. Here's just like a basket weaver. And the book stall, which would be obviously where I would always find my husband. He would be in the book stall if I couldn't find him. We all have we all know our partners' likes and where we could find them if we were separated. Here's the weaponry section where you can see like a forge, like a blacksmith. Okay, and then heading through the camels here. We could go to the left here, which would take us up into the oasis, but I'm going to continue through the market here. These potted dune trees with the tile around them are just so incredible. I wish we would get more of those kind of items. Here we have the toy cellar. And a juice bar, kind of a Arabian Jamba Juice. Here's another rug cellar, a tea shop, and then we have our pottery station. I used the Mulan forge there, which worked really well. And then here we have this well skin, and I absolutely cannot wait for more of these. They are so beautiful. And there's Gaston's stall. We have a flower market here where we can purchase some cacti, some orchids, some fishing we can do here. I find villagers definitely sitting there. Super cute. Okay, and then heading up into the oasis. This first section of the oasis will be kind of a lounging courtyard relaxation center. We have this beautiful peacock. And then one of these large tents with just some cushions, benches, some tea. I wish we could put rugs down in there. I don't know why we can't. They need to really fix that. We'll see more on the way down. We'll go out that way. Okay, so then up here is where I have Aladdin and Jasmine. I didn't use the walls or kind of enlarge their, we call it affectionately the salt and pepper shaker house, because it does look like a grinder. But I don't know. I kind of like that it's this secluded, cozy little spot for them. It's not necessarily the palace. I think of it more as where they just kind of would have a private getaway together. We have this little quiet cushion moment in the side here by the mining node. Okay, so let's head back down. You can see I just used some foliage to fill around the path here, dropping different cacti, little trees and bushes. Okay, so here's the jasmine fountain on a water rug. You can see the different kinds of lights and foliage that I've used here. And that was my husband's phone. Okay. So we're going to head up into the wastes. I use the two snakes here to kind of frame up this entrance or exit with candles on top. And we head up. Okay, so this area here, I wanted it to look kind of like a touristy resort area. So I have the Jumbo Cafe. And just a outdoor little seating pad. Here's the Desert Palace, which the inside of the Desert Palace is a spa. And then I created this flower garden using all different kinds of flowers around one of those potted dune. And then this area here hasn't really been fully decorated yet. This is the brand new cactus house that we just got, which I absolutely adore. It is so cute. But I haven't had time to decorate it, but I wanted you to see what it looked like up in this particular area. There's a sand fountain, and then we have an outdoor bar. Just some floating lights on top, different tropical drinks. And that fountain there to the left, or the little pond, is a Star Path reward. And then just using the date and cacti bushes there on either side of this to frame up this particular bridge. Okay, so the top here I have the Animal Kingdom house. And just its own waterfall. This is just, you know, a residential kind of house, an area, or it might be a different hotel. You know, you can think of it however you'd like to think of it when you walk through. And when you're creating builds, you know, I always say, look around you when you're out, you're shopping, you're looking at pictures of, you know, vacation things or whatever you're trying to build in your mind. You know, look at the details where the bushes, the lights, etc. And that's how you can layer up and build your own areas. So here we have our barren desert with the Hyena Caves and Scar. I used the dead bushes. This is sunlit plateau grass. It's making it look a little on the scorched side, very dry. Be cool if they gave us some tumbleweed. And then we're going to transition into a very lush area. So this is where I have our Lion King characters. There's Pride Rock. And you can see I've used these firefly lanterns here and there for light. So it's a much more lush, you know, nice looking area. The yellow grass that you see there is sunlit plateau grass. It's just the other version of it, so it makes it look like it's been watered, etc. It's not as dry and barren over on this particular side. So it's nice because you can transition into a different kind of area using just foliage. You don't have to use fencing to make it look separated. Just change what you're, gradually change over to a different type of foliage. Okay, so here in the tangle, we're going to start here in our main train area. And this is an outdoor cafe. That billboard there is from the night show Star Path, I believe. I don't think that was a Scrooge item. I'm pretty sure that was a Star Path reward. Hey, Goof. Okay, and then this is a kind of like a train crossing. And I've kind of made it so they have to use that area. There's no other way out but to use that. Okay. And then here is Tiana. She's been reading on her picnic bench with some beignets. And again, Scar looking for that sunbeam. My goodness. And then here we have a gazebo just with some books and one of the little benches that we get from Scrooge store. It's just a pretty view over the little river. And if you hear a dog, I apologize. My neighbor's dog is seeing a squirrel at the moment, so he's losing his mind. Oh, wow. We've got some, what are those called? Time rifts to clear up. Take care of those. This is where I have kind of your other side of the tracks area with the Bayou House, Goofy Stall. It's a little bit more overgrown on the natural side, so I've used the wooden benches, some crates here and there. We have the little Lost and Found gift shop. Just using, this is the mud path unbordered. Using some rocks, different foliage, more, like I said, more overgrown, using some of the jungle trees, etc., to kind of fill that out. Okay, and then heading up, we're going to see where Wally is. These are the fences that you can make from Storybook Vale, the rose stone fencing. Love these so much. And they come in different colors. They come in, I believe it's like a purpley red, the white, black, which is more like a dark purple. And then we have the white. Oh, and then moss, plain moss. Sorry, I said white. Okay, so here's Eve and her section. It's a much more on the girly side, giving her the bright pinks and pretty glowing things. So in the evening, it looks very futuristic up here and just very cute. I feel like Eve brought those with her and she's made her own garden for herself. She prefers the pink flowers than to crops. Let's just say she's not all about the crops. Okay, and then here we have the Haunted Mansion. I wanted it to look kind of abandoned, but still, maintained in some way. But I used some of this is beach grass here, and the bushes and things are a little bit more on the faded side. So you see the vibrant grass underneath, but the bushes and things themselves look like they're kind of not being taken care of with that color on top. At least that's how I think of it. And I used the willow trees back through here just because they look older, not maintained. Like I said, I just wanted this to look kind of overgrown and older. The lagoon area we're not going to tour only because I keep that open for dream snaps. I don't decorate down in there. Until we get a better area that I really like for that kind of a build, I don't decorate down there. Okay, here we have this particular area. I have another train area. This is where the train ends and would turn around. We have a kids zone and then just some benches. These are Scrooge shop benches. And you can see the entire courtyard here where we will end our tour. I hope you enjoyed this Eternity Isle tour. I highly suggest if you haven't decorated, start decorating. It's a great place to stretch your decorating, wings per se. So thank you all so much for joining. Like I said, we are active now on Discord. And if you'd like to join us, the link for my Discord is in my bio page on YouTube. And Keep on dreaming.